Hey everybody, and welcome to day one of the 24-day challenge. Thanks for joining us. We are super excited that you have decided to join us for the next 24 days. And we're excited to help you get your goals, which might be weight loss, it might be toning up, might just be simply wanting to feel better and get healthy. Whatever it is, we're here to help. And we're going to focus in on this video on just the next 10 days, our first phase, the cleanse phase, okay? So the products that you need for the 10-day cleanse, for the cleanse phase is this. You need Spark, you need a fiber, you need Herbal Cleanse Box, Omegas. Now, there are some other options you can add on during the 10 days of the cleanse. One is Catalyst. You may have purchased Catalyst, which is fine. You could have gotten an extra box of meal replacements. And you may have ordered a box of Rehydrate. So those are great add-ons to have. If you don't have them, it's okay. We're going to focus in mostly on these and to show how those can actually play into the 10-day cleanse. Before we get started on how to take the products, we want to make sure that we talk about things that we want to either eliminate or avoid, okay, from the next 10 days. First off, we do not want to take in any coffee, pop, or tea, or soda, okay? We're going to replace that with Spark. So your coffee now and your pop, that's going to be your Spark. We're going to have up to 2 or 3 of these a day as you need it. But you know, the great thing about Spark is the energy and the no crash, the vitamins and minerals. I start every day now with a Spark. We're then going to we're going to eliminate any greasy and fried foods. Okay, so we don't want anything that's deep fried, all that fast food, preservatives, no McDonald's, no Wendy's, those kind of things. We're going to avoid those completely. All right. The other thing we want to try to avoid is also dairy. Okay, it's very thick in our system. During the cleanse, our goal is to detox and get rid of all the impurities out of our body, the chemicals and things that it's tacked on, our kidneys and livers. We're trying to flush all that out. So if we're putting those things back in as we're trying to get them out, the system's not going to work. Okay, so no dairy, no greasy foods, no alcohol. Okay, we want to avoid that. You know, taking it out of our diet. Things that we want to lower down. We want to lower our sugar intake. We want to get to about 10, maybe 15 grams per meal. We also want to get our sodium/salt intake down. Okay, typical allowance of salt per person per day is about 2,000 milligrams. Okay, and that's about 2,000 milligrams right there. It's pretty small. Okay, so we really want to avoid sugars and salts. Now, a couple places you can find those that we want to take away is canned foods and frozen foods. We want to eat more holistic. So now let's focus in on what we can have. Those are the most important part. So we can have chicken. We want to eat turkey. If you're a fish eater, you want to eat all the fish that you can eat. You want to focus on lean meats. If you're going to do a little bit of steak, maybe 6 ounces of a high-end steak. So high quality proteins. Then we want to do is we want to make sure that we're eating carbs. Now, we want to make sure we're not eating just regular pasta. We want whole grain pasta, whole grain bread. Those are really good. But we also want to take those in moderation. We don't want to necessarily have pasta every night for the whole 10 days or bread for every meal. So usually what I say is 1 serving per day of some type of whole grain is really helpful. And if you do have a heavy day, wait a day or 2 before you eat it again. We don't want to kill ourselves with a bunch of carbs. The lower the carbs, the better success you'll have. Also, we want to make sure we're eating all kinds of fruits and vegetables. Be creative. Try some new fruits you haven't tried. Change up the fruits that you eat. Don't eat the same thing. And if you do like bananas, try to limit to 1 banana a day or 1 banana every other day. They're very high in sugar. Okay? The other thing is vegetables. Kill the vegetables. All the vegetables you want, you know. That's a lot of good products, a lot of good foods in your body. That putting these good products together with them get us really good results. So those are the things we want to do. Now the other thing too is there's a lot of recipes on the Advocare 24-Day Challenge Virtual Coach. Okay, there's a recipe guide. There's a lot of great things you can do to help yourself create different foods and things to eat. But let's talk about the products and when and how we take these great, amazing products. They're going to allow us to have some great success in the next 10 days. Also remember, the first 10 days of the challenge is the most important. You crush this, the 24-day challenge is locked in. You're going to do really well. This is the most important part out of the challenge. And especially the first 4 days, you want to be spot on as best as possible. And I always tell people, be coachable. If somebody from AvaCare is calling you, pick up the phone, let them help you, because not everybody's body type or schedule is the same. There's no cookie cutter for this. Everybody's different. So let the AvaCare coach into your life, let them pour into you, let them show you what you can do to get even better results. And they can troubleshoot some of the things and issues you may be having. So let's get started. How does all this work? Well, we're going to start up first thing in the morning is we have our AM packet. So you're going to start in the morning, drink a glass of water with your AM packet as soon as you wake up on day one. If you have the optional catalyst, you're going to put 3 catalysts with this. So 3 catalysts and the AM packet. That's the first thing we do. Then we go up and we wait about 20-30 minutes and we make a fiber and spark. Put them together. It covers up the taste of the fiber when you put the spark in the fiber. Shake it up, drink it right away. Do not let it set or it'll get thick and kind of gooey because it's fiber, right? So we want to just chug it and chug it as best as we can. Okay? That's one of the best things you can do. Now, after you get your fiber, some of the best things to do is maybe have a hard-boiled egg or two, or scrambled eggs, or a piece of fruit or a bowl of fruit. Get some extra calories. You want to have about 250, 300 calories in the morning to get your metabolism going. We call it breakfast because we're breaking the fast from the day. Okay? So we're breaking the fast from the night and we're starting the day. So get some stuff in your metabolism going until you get about 250 to 300 calories. So we do that. Then we're going to have a snack. Then we're going to have our lunch, typically a salad with some protein on it. No dairy dressings. Okay? Vinegar, balsamics, those are great dressings to have. No cheese. Avoid the dairy again. Okay? Lots of fruits and vegetables in our salad, nuts. That's great. And then we're going to wait a little bit after. We're going to have our second spark. Now again, if you have the optional catalyst, 3 more catalysts with our afternoon spark. Okay, very important. So then after that, we're going to move on, have another snack of the day, maybe some nuts, maybe another piece of fruit, maybe some hummus and some vegetables, whatever we're going to do right there. It's all in that pamphlet that you get from AvaCare, the 24-Day Challenge Guide. That's a great place to start. Next, for dinner, we're going to have 4, 5, or 6 omegas. These are the best things here. Out of everything we've got, this is the best. This helps our teeth, our nails, our hair, our brain, our digestive system, our heart. This thing is amazing. Best product we have. Also, make sure you keep this in a cool place. Do not keep this in your car during the summer because they can spoil. So that's a good thing to know. So dinner, maybe some high-end protein, steamed vegetables, baked vegetables, some fruit on the side, whole grain rice. Okay, again, go on and look at the recipes online on Virtual Coach for AvaCare and get some great recipes. And if you make dinner, make extra and freeze the rest or refrigerate for lunch and to take with you throughout the week. Meal prepping is really good. Having things ready to grab out of the refrigerator like bags of fruit or strawberries, some vegetables already cut up that you can just grab and go when you want, it will really help. Okay? And then before bed, we're going to take the PM packet with a glass of water. So the really good thing is think of these as your bookends. The AM packet first thing in the morning and your PM packet at night. This bookends everything we have here. And again, at night, if you got the optional catalyst, 3 more catalysts and your PM before you go to bed. Okay, with a glass of water. Now, talking about the water. Now, it's really important that when we're doing the water, that we're taking in at least 4 to 5 bottled waters a day. In the booklet, it tells you how to gauge how much ounces of water you should have. That's different for each person. Okay? The same thing for our calories per day. Okay? This is a rough estimate. And for you, it's good if you maybe go on Google and calculate how many calories should I have. But ballpark, most women should stay somewhere around 15 calories per day, 1,500 calories per day. Men are somewhere about 2,000, 19 to 2,000 per day, roughly, give or take some. You want to stay in that ballpark. You don't want to fall too far below, maybe 200-300 calories at most, but you always want to stay around those ranges. If our calorie intake goes down too low, our metabolism slows down, and we can actually start to feel lethargic and tired, and we won't lose any weight. If you go too high and you get too many calories, you start putting on weight. The secret to weight loss is if you're trying to lose weight in this system, you need to take in a little bit lesser calories. If you're trying to maintain and tone, you should stay about the same in calories as what you're burning. So that's really interesting, or very important for you to Google and find or ask your coach how to do it. We can all help you tell you how many calories you should be having per day. Now, it also helps if you journal what you're eating and putting down how many calories, how much sodium and stuff and carbs are in each thing you're doing. That way you know for sure what you're putting in your body along with these great products. Okay? Also, days 1 through 3 can sometimes be a little discomforting for some people, but keep doing the program. It will pass as the toxins and all this stuff is being pulled out of your body. Okay? It's pulled out. It's getting rid of it. And in the next few days, days 4 and 5 is when you really start feeling really well and the energy levels start to come, the sleep comes better. So stick with it, stay with the program. Okay? So pretty much that's a nutshell. Days 1 is the same through days 10. Every day is the same. There's also an app that I mentioned, the AvaCare 24-Day Challenge app for your phone. Great place to start to help you get some of the information like your measurements, your weight. You can put in there what you eat and it calculates all this stuff. Also, make sure you've got the booklet and follow us on the Facebook page to participate in the page. Share recipes. Share what you've done. If you did some exercise, if you went to the gym, share that with us. Let us know how things are going. If you have questions, post them. There's people there that'll answer them. That forum is all for us to get really good success on the AvaCare 24-Day Challenge. Now, when we get started, it is very important that we take photos of ourselves and that we take our measurements and we get our scales out and we get our weight. Now, remember that always weigh yourself the same time every day. And that time is best first thing in the morning. As soon as you get up, get on the scales, get your weight. Now, don't weigh yourself every day or you go crazy. Now, one of the best things to learn about weight, when you jump on a scale, you're measuring muscle, fat, bones, and your full body weight. Okay? Your body weight's made up of a lot of different things. So just because the scales aren't moving does not mean that you're not toning or losing fat tissue or losing the weight that we want for fat. Okay, the toning, the getting healthier, that's what we want. So that's why taking photos and measurements are so important. Because if we're seeing the inches come down on the measurements, then we know it's working. If we can look at the picture and we can see the body toning, we know it's working. Okay, because if you're working out, you're going to start putting on muscle, and muscle weighs 3 times as much as fat. So you put just an inch of muscle on, you lose an inch of fat, you could gain 3 times as much weight over that. Okay, that's not a bad thing, because that's toning. So please, be careful with the scales. Go off the photos and inches. So with that, I hope you found this helpful. We're super excited again that you've joined us for the 24-Day Challenge. If you have any questions, please reach out to us, and we're here to help for anything. And remember, in AvaCare, we build champions. So go be a champion.